So even though it's quiet right now, even though you don't see no movement right now, even though you feel like everything is on hold, God done called you out for job knowing your bills was behind. He done called you out your city knowing you don't know where to go next. He done put you out that circle group. And now all you can totally depend on is him, and it's quiet. And it's because he wants you to activate the wisdom and the knowledge that you got from previous season. Wisdom is not always movement. Wisdom is knowing when to sit still, when to be still and know that he is God. It's quiet because this next big thing is a God thing. It's not a man thing, it's not a woman thing, it's not a moving thing. You done put in the work. You done suffered, you done sold. All the stuff you put in on that job, in that marriage, in those relationships, all that effort you put in when you were sowing, when you were seeking him, when you were looking crazy, staying around, sticking around in relationships that you know the person wasn't for you, but you were sent on assignment by God to do his work, to impact that person. Not even if the person didn't change, you planted the seeds, you watered the ground. Now God gonna do the rest. See, some of these things that you've been trying to do is a God thing. It's gonna take a miracle from God. It's gonna take the hands of God on this next big thing because you done did everything you can do. He said, after you suffer a while, I'm going to establish you in all your ways. In the mix of you doing the things you was doing, you was suffering, you was enduring, you was going without, you was watching what you put in your ear gate, your eye gate. You was doing everything that God calls you to do. And now is your time to sit back and watch God perform now. See, when you done did everything you can do, it becomes a God thing. Once you exhausted all your options, even if you is not working right now and you done put in applications, but you still seeking him, you still praying, you still being a witness for him, you still being the head over your house, you still being obedient, you still watching what you put, you still being disciplined, and you obeying his commandments and his word, because that's what he's looking for. Are you going to still be obedient when it don't look right? Yes, I called you off of these positions. You remember when they had Noah was out there building that boat, and they were saying, you a fool, what are you doing? And was building it for a long time, but when them rains came, when the storms came, and people had them floods came, oh, now everybody want to jump on the boat. That's how it's going to be for you. This next big miracle that God's about to perform for you, it's going to win over other souls to Christ because of the suffering and the enduring that you had to endure. See, because you was only a sacrifice for God. God allowed you to endure and to suffer for somebody else. Why would you think he put his son on the cross to die for our sins, that we may have life and have it more abundantly? Now somebody else going to have life because of your storm, because of your situation, because of your testimony. Now you have the oil because of the things you went through. And all he doing is building up your resume, your spiritual resume. That's why it's quiet. That's why you resting. And wisdom is not movement. Wisdom is knowing when to be still and know that he is God. So I just want to get on here and encourage you today. Don't fret, don't worry. He see you. He on the boat, he's sleeping. He said, get some rest, because you had to overcome a lot of trials. You had to overcome a lot of tribulations. You had to overcome a lot of suffering. You had to go without a lot. And he's seen it. Getting over you, overcoming you was the hardest thing you ever had to do. Overcoming you working a 9-to-5 and showing up at that marriage, showing up at that job, doing all the things for your kids you had to do, and battling with spiritual warfare. You fatigue. You got spiritual fatigue right now. That's why it's quiet. God trying to get you to build back up. Now that's why you got to get back in your word. You got to learn how to encourage yourself. You got to learn how to strengthen yourself when it's quiet. And it's quiet because God is about to do a new thing. He said he dried up all your old ways, your old habits. That's why you don't even know if you're coming or going right now. You feel like you're falling apart, and you did. The old stuff had to fall off for the new stuff to be ushered in. He said, I couldn't put old wine in new wineskin. You can't show up to the new places with old habits. You guys be blessed on today.